Manchester United linked yet again with another centre-back. It is the main priority position, it would seem. We're going fully interactive tonight. We're playing sporting director role here on Forever United TV. So I've got 8 defenders that Manchester United have been linked with just this January. We know we're probably not going to buy any of them in January, so we're looking ahead to the summer transfer window. We're going to match them up. We're going to beat them off. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. That was the wrong word completely. What a complete balls that was. We're going to compete them. We're going to match them up against each other. We're going to see who wins off your votes in the chat. But yes, there's your comic Friday night episode right away. Clip that one up. But yeah, sorry, I'll get over myself in a minute. God in Bennett, Christ. Anyway, yes, we have 4 matchups. It's the quarter-final stage. We've got 8 defenders, and we are going to match them all up. We're going to compete one defender against another. Whoever wins the vote out of you guys in the live section, then that player is going to go through to the next round. Make sure that you guys are liking the video, and obviously if you're watching the video after it has gone live, then please do make sure you hit the subscribe button first of all if you're loving the content, and get involved with your comments on each one. Do you agree with the live chats and how we get through this? We have a membership gifted already from General Foodie. Thank you, my friend. Ken has taken that one. Welcome to the members club, my friend. Ian Pritch has also joined the members club straight out the bag there. Loving that. Welcome to the members club. 2 legends already of the channel just on tonight's live stream alone. Make sure you get voted in all of this, guys. I'm going to be sticking up the polls, and we are going to be voting off round by round and breaking down our own sporting director role at Manchester United. This is it. We've got other news to talk about towards the back end of the show. Some updates on the Martial situation again, and Palestra. Bayendare has been talking as well. We'll get through that all at the end, hopefully, if we have got time. But yeah, hopefully YouTube has got itself together and the stream is all working a-okay now. So let's just cross our fingers and get on with the show. So to break it down, I'll just tell you guys exactly how it's going to go. It's going to be one defender against another. We'll talk about some attributes for each defender, prices, what might work. We'll go one-on-one with them 2. Simple, vote for one player or another. We'll give it a few minutes as we talk about it, and then whoever wins the poll goes through into the next round. And eventually we'll get down to the last 2. And maybe we'll vote them 2 off as well, but I think we need 2 centre-backs. So get ready, guys. I'm going to be doing this as we go along, so just bear with me on it. But the first poll, 2 centre-backs United have been linked with. I thought I'll evenly match them up against each other. We'll sort of seed them in a way, and then talk through all the good points as well. So let's get into the first matchup. Actually, I've done that wrong already. Sorry. Round 1 matchup. First competitors are, I'll just say it as it comes up on your screen, so there's no spoiler alert. Are we looking? Okay, first one is Rojo from Barcelona versus Antonio Silva from Benfica. Obviously, there's been much talk about both of these centre-backs, both of these players. I feel like these 2 will probably be the most expensive out of the whole list tonight. Bearing in mind, we've got another 6 centre-backs to come after this, another 3 rounds of centre-backs. Yes, we have been linked with that many. So you've got Rojo and you've got Antonio Silva. Obviously, Benfica know how to charge a fair price. A hard price, I should say. Not really fair, but I mean, you get into it. I mean, what is Rojo for Barcelona? An academy player that's come through, Uruguayan centre-back, 20 games this season. He's actually got a goal as well. And you're listening, and the reason why I think Rojo may be an option for Manchester, I don't know. I don't know where they're looking. They usually progress their young players through to the first team. No one ever really wants to leave Barcelona. If Barcelona are happy with a player, then they usually stay. But Barcelona are also struggling with financial fair play. You've heard about Deco coming out in January saying Barcelona can't spend. He would fetch a hefty price probably. He's been touted between, from what I've seen, 60 to 85 million. I know that seems a bit steep. It does. But they need to finance themselves as well going forward. And with it being an academy player under financial fair play rules, obviously 100% profit for Barcelona. So might that be why they are possibly thinking about selling Rojo? I mean, his contract is up in 2026, so this is the time to sell him. This summer would be 2 years left on his contract. He has played as captain as well this season. Can play at right back and centre back. We do need a right back. He's ticking a few boxes for United. He's young as well. Only 20, I think he is. I've not wrote his age down, but he is only young. And I definitely feel like he could be an option if United really wanted to push it out in terms of how much we're spending. Or I do believe, for me, and you guys may differ, you may think it's too dear. Antonio Silva is going to cost a lot. 70 to 80 million again. Manchester United could work out a deal possibly with Benfica. We've obviously sent Alvaro Fernandez there. We do have a connection with Benfica. Could we negotiate something in? I've talked about how we might do this with other players before and trying to be clever in the transfer window. But young again, you've got that Portuguese connection again. Young centre-back, already a full international with the Portuguese side. Experienced, 26 games already this season for Benfica. 2 goals as well, so he likes a goal. Contract ends in 2027, so 3 years left on his deal. You guys know these players, I think, more than any of the others, I would say. If you're unsure about any of these players, then just look them up quickly. Look what they're all about. We're going to check out the poll and where it is right now. Guys, in the comment section as well, let me know why you're voting. If you have voted, which you should be doing, come on, then let me know why you're voting for that particular player. Graham, shut up with your pronunciations. It doesn't matter on this show. I know how it's pronounced, but I'm being full-on Mancunian today. So pipe down. You're from a different part of the country, and everything's pronounced differently at your end, as you've told me before. It is, after all, silly season. Let's see, 40 million, says Hutchinson. I don't know. I don't think we'll get that. I'd give 35 max for either choice, says Ian. You normal world, you would. You would. And honestly, Manchester United, I feel, or anyone going for these type of players, this is why I've started with these two. These two are the top dogs in terms of how much I feel we will end up paying for. So this is why I feel matching these two against each other. Would you go for one over the other if they were the same price? So whatever the price is for these two, I think they're evenly matched in terms of you really are going to have to put a serious bid in to get them away from the current clubs. I feel like Rojo will actually cost more. He will. But Silva, I feel, I don't know who's the better player personally. It's tight. Obviously, you're looking at Barcelona playing in a better league than Benfica, ultimately. But Benfica usually always produce quality young players. So for me, I'm sort of with you guys. And I think comfortably winning the vote at the moment is Antonio Silva. So I think I'll end it there and just call out Antonio Silva wins game 1 of round 1. He is through to the next round. So let's end that poll there and bring up Barry Enright. Dos Donuts, Adam. Yeah, where's Dos Donuts came from? Where's that come from? How did you know about that? Kaz will love a Dos Donut. Okay, next poll. Okay. This one, this is going to be a tough one for, I think, for everyone. You have to know your football to know these two players, and I'm not sure if everyone will know them, but you're all knowledgeable football people, so I'm guessing you will do. Okay, next one is Inácio versus Tapsoba. Tapsoba playing in Leverkusen in the Bundesliga, and Inácio obviously is playing in the Portuguese league with Sporting again. Another Portuguese player, another Portuguese centre-back. The Portuguese connection, contract ends 2027, can play centre-mid and centre-back. I've played in both. It's the unknown a little bit. It's the unknown. I mean, I don't know too much about this player. I haven't watched much of him, just like I haven't watched much of Tapsoba. Both players played a good number of games this season. Both players like a goal. Both have got 3 goals this season playing at centre-back, so good in that area. Very athletic, both very young again. All of the market is very young for United players and their targets that we've actually got. But what do you guys think? Do you know them enough? Are you confident enough for these players to come into Manchester United? Do you feel like they have got what it takes? Who are we punching today? Don't know what that means, Barry. But Silva only 20 and will have a higher ceiling. You reckon, Nick? Yeah, I think that's probably why a lot of people are putting him through as well. I'm on my big boy pedestal. Not the naughty step. Graham's in Friday night mode, 100% here right now. I'm telling you. I've only been following United since the 50s. Says, all right, he's probably having a barney with someone in the chat there by the look of it. Did not know tonight was going to be a test. Sorry, I'm just making you work for it tonight, guys. I'm bringing you in. It is full-on interactive. I want to know what you guys think. It may get easier as we go down because the players become more familiar. And then as we knock each player out of each round, then I think it will become easier. And by the end of the night, you will actually know who these players are, won't you? So, if anything, yes. Supposed to get warmer here beginning of next week. It's freezing here right now, but yep, it is actually getting warmer here as well. It's been frozen over and it's been difficult to walk everywhere at the moment around Manchester because of the frozen snow. But yes, we are in. Let's pretty much nearly ending. We are going full on Portuguese mode tonight. Portuguese defenders, you know what they're like, solid. There's been a big list of them, even through the Premier League. But yeah, famous Portuguese defenders. I think this is why Inácio is beating Tapsoba in this one. I think I can confidently end that poll there because he is miles ahead. So Inácio takes game 2 of round 1. It is so far Inácio and Antonio Silva into the next round. Next up on the centre-back list is... right, okay. Next one you are going to know. Both of these players, actually. And we've talked about both of these players over this week, actually, over the last few. So, next poll up, Ligt versus Branthwaite. Who are you going for on this one? Obviously, we know all about Branthwaite being at Everton. Out on loan with PSV, glowing review from Ruud van Nistelrooy managing PSV last season. She looking there, young, 20, standout performer for Everton this season by a country mile. Already signed up to a new contract just so they could get a better fee for him. Everton obviously struggling against financial fair play and PSR. So I would say Everton looking, I think this is a likely one for Manchester United simply because Everton are going to be struggling with the financial side of things and United can take advantage of it. But he is a very, very good player. A very good player. 23 games this season already. He is, like I've said before in previous videos, 90-minute man, plays every single minute of every single game that he's available for Sean Dyson at the age of 20 is a very good sign. Already settled into Premier League football as well and quite clearly has got a reputation which is building and only going up. Against him, you've got Matthias de Ligt. You know, the Erik ten Hag connection. I think most people will be put off by that, by the record. And his injury record as well this year. He's only played 12 games. 1 goal, but 12 games. Some would say out of favour at Bayern. He's just come back from an injury now and started playing a couple of games again. His first 90 minutes in, I think, well over 6 weeks recently. So, yeah, he's not completely out of it. He's still young, still under 25. And still got something, but he just hasn't seemed to have hit it off in Bayern. And I think that's why you've got these connections. United need a centre-back. De Ligt played under Erik ten Hag. I'm not actually on the screen at the moment, but as soon as I come back to it, I've got a feeling I know where this vote is going to be going. Yep, just as I thought, I think we can end this one even earlier. I mean, there's more votes than any anyway on this one, so more people are convinced. Don't forget to give the video a like, everybody. Please, let's get over the 100 mark and get this ball rolling, please. Let's end that poll there. That was quite simple. Branthwaite wins it hands down. The biggest margin yet, actually. So into the semi-finals so far, we have Antonio Silva, Gonçalo Inácio, and Gerard Branthwaite. The last matchup is, I've got a feeling, going to be a bit of a landslide again, but these two would probably match up just simply for their prices. And they are, obviously, Todibo. I'm sure you're all waiting for him to come up. And the latest one, which has come about today, Itakura, the Mönchengladbach centre-back, Japanese centre-back playing over there in the Bundesliga. You may not know a lot, and I'm probably going to end this vote by just describing what has actually happened. He's been out injured, Itakura, for 4 months now with an ankle injury. Started off all right, a couple of goals as well. Has only played 8 games this season. Everyone knows who Todibo is, but the only reason Itakura is in this is because, well, probably because United need 2 centre-backs, and you would get him very cheap. So, for me, it's I'm not trying to sway the vote at all, but I think everyone knows where we would probably end up going out of this round. I don't think Itakura would have matched up with any of the other centre-backs either in this list, but he's there anyway because he's cheap. There's been rumours about him today for Manchester United. He's on the list again, being scouted, but he can't be scouted when he's injured, and that is the case at the moment. So I do feel like it is a no-hoper for him. But Todibo, say no more. He's been linked with United for nearly a year now. Probably a year now, actually. It's a Jim Ratcliffe connection with Nice and everything like that. It is just, I think it's a no-brainer that he is going to be right at the top of this. And already I can see in the vote that Todibo is on a landslide with this one. So I think we can just call it there and say Todibo definitely through. And we can move on to the next round. I'll let the vote just go out a little bit, but I'm going to get into your comments in a second. I'm just going to set up the next round. And they are going to be... yeah, I think this works out just right, actually. Yeah. Okay. The semi-finals... the lineup is, I will talk over in a minute. Just going to get into your chat, everybody, and let's see where you're at. How's everyone doing today? Obviously, absolutely zero news going on with United. We'll bring up the semi-finals in a minute. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Let's get some chat regarding these players. Branthwaite valued at 21 million. Well, he's valued online, but you know he's not worth that. Branthwaite would do a good job at United, says Nomad. Barry says, I hope Donny rips it up at Frankfurt. So do I, mate. Really do. Hope he gets that move that he needs. He isn't getting it at United, so really, really hope that Donny does smash it over in Frankfurt and makes his mark. Come on, guys, by the way, let's get the likes up. Let's get them likes up to over 100, please. We're almost there. De Ligt would be a massive gamble, says Jonathan. De Ligt makes too many mistakes, says Andy. Phil Goodman says, that's a hard one. Both De Ligt and Branthwaite could be good together. This is it. This is exactly it. It could be United buying 2 players. JT's Farm, great job, Adam. Thank you very much, mate. Loving the compliment. Thank you. Todibo, if less than 40 million of a Neva, staying there over anyone. All good, Adam. Thank you, T. Hope Holland is treating you well this evening. What part of Holland are you from, actually, T? We never asked last time. We're going through everyone's sort of where they were watching from, but we never got any cities, I don't think. Your midfield is hopeless, yet you babble about defence. Just sell Maguire. Anything will do and focus on replacing Eriksen and McTominay. No, the defence needs sorting even more so. So, yeah. And all these players are out of contract, so we need defenders because they're just going to walk otherwise. That's why we're talking about defenders. But if you actually did support United, you would know that. But thanks for joining in anyway in the chat. That's a guy called Blex, I think. It could be a she even, I don't know. 3-1 Senegal. Anana having a nightmare. I'm going to talk about Bayindir as well in this show later on, guys, when we finish the poll on the centre-back. Close to Amsterdam. Lovely job there. Arakujai says he's from Florida. Tampa, Florida. Did Anana have a mare? I haven't been watching it, guys. You're going to have to let me know on Anana and his performance. But, yes, right, let's get into the semi-final, because there is other stuff I want to talk about, but I just thought I'd do a little bit of a game and interaction one for a Friday night. You know what Friday nights are like. Okay, round 2. We have got, first up, in the first semi-final, it is Antonio Silva versus Jean-Claire Todibo. Now we're going to start separating the higher quality players in the poll. Let's see. Jesus, that goal as bad as the last one for Anana. Oh, God, I'm going to have to watch some of this back now. I've not seen anything yet of what's happened with Cameroon, but this was a complete and utter farce in terms of keeping Anana. We basically didn't need him against Wigan. He made that one good save, didn't he? But we didn't need him against Wigan. Bayindir could have done just as good a job, and we got through. And let's be honest, he didn't really cover himself in loads of glory against Spurs. So the experiment was, Jesus, it was a failure, wasn't it? It really was. S-File says we are one of the lowest goal scorers in the league. Our defence is not good, but not terrible. We need a striker. Yes, we do need a striker in this window. We do, but the fact that all our defenders are running out of contracts and we're going to lose them all is why we're talking about the defenders. We definitely need them. It is a high priority for Manchester United. If Varane doesn't agree, then he can actually leave. So, yeah, we need to get it sorted. If he doesn't agree, we need a new centre-back. Going to Todibo due to price, and he's from Nice. Better chance in him getting him than paying 80 million for Silva. It's a fair comment. SRC. I definitely agree with that one. One deflected shot that went in, but 2 goals he could have stopped. In all honesty, you know what's going to happen? He's timed it absolutely perfect. Anana. They were going to get bleeding knocked out the group stage, and he'll be back for the next bleeding Premier League game. And Bayindir's just going to get one out in against Newport. It's an absolute joke. Won't be popular, but why don't we go for Aaron Ramsdale on loan? No chance of that happening. Bayindir is going to come in. We spent money on him in the summer, and I think he needs a shout. I think he needs to be in this goal. He's been talking about his opportunities coming up. Obviously, on Sunday, he will get a chance against Newport, but you've also got to take into consideration the blame on Erik ten Hag in all of this, and how Manchester United was so desperate to get Anana in goal for the Spurs game and the Wigan game. He didn't even make it back for the next game against Cameroon. It was a big joke, and again, it just made United look stupid, absolutely stupid. But Senegal are a better team than Cameroon, to be honest. So, not surprised that they have been beaten there. But yeah, I'm not surprised that Anana's conceding goals either. You know what he's like. Right, the poll is pretty much done and dusted, and Todibo is taking that one. Todibo wins it over Silva. Silva is gone. Todibo is through to the last 2. So this is our sporting. This is our sporting side of things. This is what we do, and this is our Forever United TV sporting. So I'm not saying that this is how United are going to do it, but hey, you never know. They could be just putting polls out, putting votes out amongst the staff, and deciding this might actually be how United do it. It's why we've done so bad. I'm not saying you lot are bad. You know your football quite clearly. You know that Anana's having a bit having a mare this season. He's not good enough, but hey. Right, who is joining Todibo in the final of the last 2? Let's see. So, last round of round 2 is Branthwaite. It's Branthwaite versus Inácio. who is taking that one for you guys. I'll just leave that one going. Let's get into the chat again, guys. How come you not want Silva? We would want Silva, but I think people are voting simply because Todibo is probably cheaper. And we need to spend the money elsewhere as well. There's lots of reasons why you can vote for one player over another, and sometimes the price does come into it. We're over 100 likes on the stream. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's hit that 150 mark next. Still plenty of time on the stream, everyone. Thank you for taking time out on your Friday nights. I know it's a quiet one on a Friday, and everyone's looking ahead towards the weekend, but I do appreciate you jumping in on the stream, keeping it regular. And yeah, we are going to be knocking out quite a bit more content over the weekend as well, guys, so stay tuned for everything as always. Todibo is into the final. The last two, who are we going for out of Branthwaite and Inácio? It looks like a bit of a landslide at the moment, but let's get some questions in, let's get some comments in, guys. Anything you want to talk about or ask me, get it straight into the chat, please. Excuse me, get it straight into the chat, please. Oh god, chest is absolutely throbbing. Let's see. Hawkins, we were Manchester United. No, we are not. I don't know what we are, says Verbal Kint. I don't know what we are. We are a failed big club at the moment. That's what we are. You were right. Rice was way overpriced. 100 million for sideways and backwards. Sideways and backwards. I don't think Rice was overpriced. I'd have took him at United for that. I do think he does control the game. I do. I've always rated Declan Rice just from his performances for West Ham when he's come to Old Trafford. He's always been the best midfielder. I just feel like everything that he's doing and the chances that Arsenal are creating is making everyone else look quite crap, to be honest. Right now, I'm making Arsenal look reasonably average. Evan Ferguson in the summer, I would, but we're not going to be able to afford him. It would be a great signing for United. He's been a bit inconsistent this season, though, so let's just see. Bleck says focus on midfield again. No, we're talking centre-backs tonight. It's a different show, midfield, mate. We will talk midfielders, but tonight we're just concentrating on the centre-backs because we've been linked with so many. I think it's quite comfortable that we've actually finished with Branthwaite miles ahead of Inácio. So, Manchester United's top two targets, according to Forever United TV's Friday night poll, is Todibo and Branthwaite. They are United's top two. I'm not even going to back them off against each other. I think we need two centre-backs. So they are our top two. Which one of them do you think Ten Hag would pick? Who would he go for out of them two? Just drop your comment in on the comment section. We've got past that stage of the show now, guys. So, yeah, cheers for all the likes as well, everybody. Mainu will be our Rice. Oh, I hope he is. I would absolutely love Mainu to get that potential that he has shown. The potential that Mainu has got, his ceiling is high. Is very high. The qualities and the positions he can play, his attitude, everything, he's still got to fill out. He's still got to get stronger. He's probably going to get quicker as well, and he's only going to learn, hopefully, alongside good players. Well, that's down to Sir Jim Radcliffe's Ineos right now, isn't it? In terms of what they're doing and who they bring into Manchester United. So, yeah, I feel like he will become the ultimate midfielder. As long as United don't go down that road of just inconsistencies again, chopping, changing, stupid signings. They need to be right now. The team needs to be built around the likes of Højlund, Garnacho, Mainu. These are the players of the future for Manchester United. We need to start bringing in players that can accompany them and can complement them. Lindelof needs to be the one that goes. He is going, Graham. I've been told that him and Wan-Bissaka are definitely leaving in the summer. A few journalists have been talking regarding Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Interest from West Ham and from Crystal Palace. Now, we know about the Crystal Palace interest because United have been linked with a make-weight move for... oh, God. Why has his name just completely evaded me all of a sudden? Elise. God, Jesus. God. Yeah, so United have been linked with that one. Combination of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and possibly cash for that. I don't personally think we need Elise, but Palace are interested. West Ham, I think that's a good fit. I really do think Wan-Bissaka for West Ham is a good fit. I think he'll get game time there, and I think he'll do well under David Moyes. More of a defensive-minded Manager, for me, I think Wan-Bissaka fits in well there. So, yeah, I think United have got... I've got a definite movement in Wan-Bissaka in terms of options. Lindelof, I don't know. I've not heard anyone come in for him yet, but he is going to be looking, and United are looking to offload Victor Lindelof also. So, yeah, let's see on that one as well. UK Strains, Garnacho having a blonde life crisis at the moment. He likes that colour. Hopefully, it's not a sign he wants Madrid. That's pushing it a little bit. That's grabbing. But I did say before that I think it's going to affect his form. I think he's always played better with the darker hair. I mean, definitely. I think he suits it better anyway. It just looks weird, doesn't it? Even though Everton are in right financial mess, the England tax for Branthwaite will be ridiculous. Todibo, with the nice connection, with the Nice connection, now would be the easier for more financial viable option. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. I do think the English tax thing is going to be a thing of the past, though. Like I said, financial fair play is just taking over the world of football, and it's hot topic, isn't it? It is always going to be hot topic, and you're always going to be now looking at how much it's going to be for someone else. Say you've got a player for sale, you're going to be looking at what they can afford, and if that is the only bit available for you and no one else is coming in, you can't really bump up the price, because Everton are in a position where they know that they can't afford to do that, so they know that other clubs are going to be the same. It's like I said before, Newcastle, Barcelona, Chelsea haven't bought anyone yet, City, Liverpool are struggling with financial play, ourselves, Forest and Everton being charged for financial fair play. It's not as easy now to get stupid amounts of money. I think the inflated English market, i.e. what you said then, the English tax, I think that is done and dusted. I do. I think you will get higher priced English players still, but I feel like it won't be like it was or like it used to be. Definitely not. I think it is all going to change now. Graham says, depending on Varane extends and takes a pay cut, we'll decide what happens with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is coming to the end of his contract as well. Very, very interesting. I don't think United are going to offer Maguire anything near a lucrative contract as what he's... No, he's not going to get anywhere near what he's on now, obviously. But this is how Manchester United managed to get rid of players. If you don't want to agree to this deal at the football club right now, we will accept that we are going to start from scratch and you can go. Good luck trying to find that wage anywhere else. Accept the cut down wage, especially with you being over 30. Otherwise, off you toddle. And United aren't doing it anymore. And we will bring players through and set that wage structure completely different. I do believe that if the big players start agreeing to these pay cuts, it's a massive sign of change in football, because Manchester United were always able to attract players just because we offered them the world. If United now and these big players start accepting it, I'm talking Casemiro, Rafael Varane, if these players accept cut down wages and contracts, then that is the one single sign that this game is about to change. And financial fair play and PSR, everything is taking over and has got a vice grip over football. And people are going to have to cut the cloth according. Calvin Phillips on loan till the end of the season. UK Strange, we're never buying or loaning a player from Manchester City. That will never ever happen. Good night, lads. Enjoy Fantasyland. Let me know if you ever get real United supporters and the children have been sent to bed. I don't know what you're talking about, Richard. You've been a bit too harsh on the rest of the crew there, guys. What is reality to you? What is reality to you? Graham says Paqueta has that betting scandal hanging over him. He's badly injured anyway now and might be out for a long time anyway, Graham, so don't know if it matters. We see Stephanie asking Mark if he's confident about Bournemouth. Yeah, we actually have got football this weekend. 5 Premier League games. It's so crap not having the full fixture list. I'm hating January, I really am. Not having football is absolutely destroying us. It really is. It's so boring. It really is. Worse than the international break, this winter break. And then when we do get the football, it's not that good. It puts you off again. Yes, but I do agree. I think Todibo is a sensible option because of the price. I don't think Everton will be able to get anywhere near what they think Branthwaite is worth, by the way. I really don't. Ivan Toney would be great for Man United. He's staying at Brentford till the end of the season. I don't think he'll be going anywhere. No one can afford him in January. Calvin Phillips is attracting a lot of attention. None of it from United. No, it never will be. If they take a pay cut, then you know they want to play for your club and badge, says Mary. That's true also. And yeah, it is boring without football. It's just, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The update on Anthony Martial, everybody. Not that you're really bothered right now, but yeah, it does take another twist. And that twist is Anthony Martial is continuing on an individual fitness program in a bid to get fit enough for the first team return. His agent feels that the current hip injury may require surgery, but Manchester United's medical staff are still considering how to treat it. I'll give you a bit of advice. Send him under the knife. Him being available for us the rest of this season counts for nothing, in my opinion, because he is absolutely worthless. So send him under the knife and then send him on his way in the summer. Let him be fully fit and just walk away. Because if Manchester United staff and Martial representatives can't agree on anything, honestly, it just sums up everything about Manchester United. Like, they tried it with Lisandro Martinez this season, and he's played injured and played out of form. It's not been great. It's just absolute crap, to be honest. It's not worth it, and we are just that club. I mean, this is what also needs to change when Ineos come in. The medical team, staff, this is the football side of things. This is part of the football operations. They need to get a grip of this. They really do. It's a joke how Manchester United players have been injured so much. And the fact that we're not seeing injuries and playing players injured, we did it with Rashford before, we've done it with Martinez, we now seem to have been doing it with Martial. Just get the guy under the knife and get him sorted. He's gone, and he's not going to offer us anything anyway. He's not been available for the last 2 months, so let's forget about him. We've managed to get where we are now without him. He's not going to add anything more to us. And you're not, let's be honest, you're not going to get any more out of Martial than you are Højlund. And we just need to pray that Højlund stays fit. But this is why I said earlier on today, Manchester United should be in the market for a striker this month. Just because Martial is just not going to be available. We got no more cover up front, and we desperately need a striker. Desperately need a striker. That is Martial all over for you, I'm afraid. But yeah, more news about Pellistri as well. I think we will see him be leaving next week. The loan move to Granada is edging ever closer, according to all reports in the media as well. So another forward out of the door. Ryan Giggs has finally been talking again. Giggs is in the news. He's been talking up Manchester United's forwards and saying that Garnacho is 10 times the player and will offer Manchester United more going forward than Anthony will. Again, more discredit to Anthony's name. I just don't think he's ever going to be able to turn this around. I don't. The pressure is too much for Anthony to all of a sudden become that amazing player that we all need him to be. Play him on the left, we might see a different player. If he keeps playing him on the right, Ten Hag is going to destroy his career. He really is. He really is. What are we? 18 likes away from that 150 mark, guys. Let's keep liking the video. Let's get it up to 150 before we finish up. Love the interactive show and the little poll competition with our centre-backs there today to go over everything. Out of the 8 centre-backs that we've just listed off, that Manchester United have been linked with, we've narrowed it down to the top 2, which in our eyes is Jean-Claire Todibo and Gerard Branthwaite. Branthwaite would cost more. Todibo is an easier signing, and whether you think one is better than the other, well, that's up to you. I think both the right profile of centre-back for Manchester United, personally, and I think you have decided and chosen very well, the watching public. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Well done, everyone. Well, guys, yes, that pretty much is your Friday night. There isn't much more to go over. Not much has happened. We'll be out and about again at weekend. A few different types of content as well for you guys. Talking about other football as well. Because there is no United football. It's a long wait to that Newport game, isn't it? Maybe we'll get news in the market or something like that. Something might happen that surprises us. But yeah, until then, guys, have a great rest of your Friday evening. Enjoy yourselves. Don't drink too much. Be careful. And I will see you all tomorrow. A weekend starts now with no football. See you later, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all later.